the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe. Let the happiness take you in.
Hello! It's made of gold.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Woo! It is a good morning today, this Monday. Hope your morning is good. How are you doing, everybody? How are you doing?
Doing all right. We just wish it wasn't raining.
Rain. We could use some rain here. We got some, we just potted some plants, and, that natural watering would, save me a step from having to water the plants later on. Watered them this morning, but, get some rain, water them again for me for free. Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa. Someone's phone's going nuts. Nuts. How's it going down there, KJ?
It's going. It's going. We had some interesting weather over here yesterday.
Interesting weather. Was it entertaining?
No, it was more turning. Turning. It was tornadoes in our neighborhood.
I was going to say, was it a little spinny?
Like a top.
You should really call the HOA and complain about it and see if they can do something about that.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can. Put up a sign that says "No tornadoes welcome."
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just a head in a jar. So when a tornado comes through, it's like even the smallest tiny little dust turner will make me feel like I'm in the Wizard of Oz.
Right, the Wizard of Oz. Oh no, it wouldn't be nice if we could control the weather. Sometimes we could have the perfect days we want, the rainy days we need. Control the weather, have absolute power.
Phenomenal cosmic power.
Space.
That's right. Good.
It's the only thing I can think of when somebody says power.
Yeah.
Either that or my cat stepped on a button on my computer.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Alrighty then.
So how you doing today, Hillbilly?
Doing all right.
My cat is going nuts out there. I don't know if you hear the meowing, but my lord.
I think it's in the air right now because my cats are going nuts. Oh wait, one of my cats is always nuts.
Yeah, you can always talk
Of course, I had to put up with you, KJ. That's why they're nuts.
Well, I don't think you meant that the way that came off. They're going nuts to know him. So you're driving the cats nuts, Hillbilly.
How's that when I ain't around? PJ driving them nuts.
But yeah, it's pretty fun. What's fun is today for dinner we're having chili for dinner. We had chili last week, having chili this week. It's an all-star meal here. It's a good time for it. I hope you guys get to have some good food today, even some ramen noodles that are delicious.
Ramen noodles are delicious.
I still can't get over Magic making ramen noodle card.
Mm-hmm. Right. Then I forget who said it, but since someone else's chat, they're like, they need. Oh, it was Lone Wolf who said they need to reprint hot soup so we can have hot soup and ramen noodles.
Yep. That'd be crazy.
In standard, yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be
Yep.
cool. But yeah, go nuts for donuts. You know what I'm saying? And think of donuts, a little sweet, rounded in the corners, and kind of crazy. We got Hellwheeler here. How you doing?
I'm all right. Now you've just got donuts on my mind. Now I want a donut. For goodness
That's good.
sake.
That's good. I'm
I
glad.
can't go get a donut right now.
Yeah,
I'm going to have
Good.
donuts on the brain until I can get hold of a donut.
that's right. Get a
We
better
got 24-hour Shipley's over here.
Ooh,
Seriously, you have 24 hours donuts.
Yeah,
this is America. There's 24 hours everything somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah,
is true.
you gotta-
We
you
did
got-
have some, but
See-
our 24 hours got lost with that annoying thing that happened a few years ago.
we have a special thing called American privilege, where we can be fat and eat as many donuts and McDonald's and Burger King and all the good junk food as we want, 24 hours a day.
Nice.
American privilege. America.
America. Where you can
America.
get fat and diabetes. Well, let's say hello to Lone Wolf in chat.
Lone Wolf.
That's right. See, I love it that people are catching on like KJ just said Lone Wolf in that deep, sultry voice. So good. So good. We got Mrs. Hillbilly in chat. So KJ just got burned by the hillbilly. Hillbilly burned himself. If you listen to the dialogue that happened there.
Yeah, I threw up the rubber ear glue mirror. Nah, I takes it. I takes it.
And to be correct, even if KJ didn't burn, if Hellbilly did burn Cowboy, it wouldn't have been a burn. It would have been a boil. But anyways, so the hot topic today is, well, I guess no surprise because we talked about the pre-sales, but now I've watched videos about the selling, and Final Fantasy is selling really good. People are buying the product, and people are buying the expensive stuff, right? The collector boxes, the play boosters, the $200 plus $600 boxes and stuff. People are buying them. In fact, I saw on Facebook one of my friends who lives out in Utah just got a couple boxes of Final Fantasy and a Nintendo Switch too. It is ridiculous what people are willing to spend the money. They're like, and I bring this up because like some of the people I talked about and I mentioned, they're always saying I'm kind of poor, I can't afford this, I'm saving my money for something or whatever, and boom, that something comes on, people are like, I'm gonna buy, drop this 2 G's right here and go this, and they go to the store and they're like, I can't afford anything, I'll buy ramen noodles.
There's nothing wrong with ramen noodles. I've spent like my entire 20s on ramen noodles.
In fact, I just sent someone a couple packs of ramen noodles in the mail. Just to be funny.
I hope they were the spicy ones.
They were chili.
Cool.
Green chili.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. Can't wait to get their response of it because I sent them something that they wanted. Sent them 2 packs of ramen noodles. And in the bottom, because I really didn't have a space to put it, I sent them an old classic Game Shark code manual.
Ooh, Game Shark.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. The only thing just as good as Game Shark was Game Genie.
That's right. So, all the cool stuff. I mean, I the Game Shark I got a long time ago from a yard sale or something. And I was going to display it, but I just never had a really good place to display it to fit in theme. But hey. But either way, Final Fantasy selling, and it's doing good. Like, I just watched the shop owner talk about the sales are incredible, right? People are dropping this money on this set. And now, let's be clear. If MSRP was indacted, no one would really complain a lot because the prices would be good. But as we know, as we discussed before, the prices are inflated and people are buying it. So
Yep.
what this is saying is people are willing to spend the money on something they want. And yes, a lot of collectors are buying like a lot of Final Fantasy collectors are buying product too. And
Yeah.
it's because I see memes of I don't know the story, but this one lady card has like a sword through the card, and they're like, okay, I fixed the card. Like, oh, there's something about a death in this story I don't know about this card.
I really couldn't tell you the story or anything about Final Fantasy because I've not played Final Fantasy games.
Final Fantasy, what's up?
Well, like we've talked about this at length, and I'll tell you what, the Final Fantasy people are willing to spend money. And when it comes down to the MSRP, it's also another thing that's been a big thing. Even if the MSRP does come down, I still think that you're going to have a lot of people who the price wowers, whoa, the price is too high. I believe that the price wowers are still going to be there, even with an MSRP. That's kind of the way our society kind of works to a certain degree. You're going to have your price wowers, and so I don't think that there's going to be any change in conversation about whether or not the price is too high, whether or not certain fans believe that they're being nudged out of the community because of the prices, because the MSRP is probably going to be there for that one particular set that they place the MSRP on, and there could, for other sets, they may have a different MSRP on it. You know, I mean, manufacturer suggested retail price just says what the manufacturers say that you should sell it at the highest, but there's no forced MSRP. There's like no, you know, they don't have to sell it. You know, your retailer, your reseller, your whoever doesn't have to sell it at MSRP. It's just suggested. That's what the S stands for. Suggested. Otherwise, it'd be manufactured required price. MSRP. Well, I mean, take away the S.
Oh, that's funny. But you're right. It is a suggested price, and that's what it says in the name. Suggested. You know, like one thing I've noticed, on this product. And this is just this one-sided view right here. Is there hasn't been a lot of like scalping on this product. Maybe it's too expensive for scalpers to be like, I want to flip it for money, but like a lot of people are legitimately buying this product, opening it. I don't know if they're playing with the cards. I know some people are building decks around the cards, but people are just loving the Final Fantasy craze right now. It is insane. Like you know, Final Fantasy is not like my big thing. No, I'd love to play some of the older games. Like I've seen people play. I'd love to play some of the older games just for fun. But like I'm not in that fandom where I'm like, oh, this product's so good, I gotta buy something, you know, to get into it. You know, Tarkir Dragonstorm was the set for me, you know, and I spent some good money on it. Well, I say good money, but I spent like $90 total on that set thus far. And oh my lord.
Yeah, I went down to my comic book shop and they had put a sign up regarding Magic the Gathering and other TCGs. It said Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and had a list of like 2 other TCGs that's on the market right now. And it said that they are limiting pack sales. They're limiting the sales, so you're only allowed to buy, I think it was like so many packs, and if you're buying individual packs, you're only allowed. So I think like when it comes down to the scalpers, I think that some of the shops, my comic book shop is a mom and pop shop that sells TCGs, it sells baseball cards, it sells comic books, sells pop figures and other child's play things that that they've, I think the mom and pop shops in particular are realizing that if they don't limit their sales, they're not going to have happy customers because they've been selling out a lot lately.
That makes sense.
It's not just the not just the TCGs, but even with like comic books right now, like people are having to lower their prices into mom and pop shops in order to make sales.
Oh
So
yeah.
they have to limit.
Really quick, I want to say from the multiverse breaching the timelines, we even crossed a time zone. We got Mana Monk chilling out in chat. What's up?
Mana
Monk.
Mana Monk, what's up? And yes, and there's different reasons why people like limit the sales of product. A long time ago for a different product, I think it was a Avison or whatever. Not Avison store, but it was an Innistrad set where the store actually limited the product to how much someone could buy for a minute. Not to be like, let's be fair to everybody, but they said the longer they had a popular product in the store and people saw it, it'd draw them in even further. You know, there's a lot of tools and methods that people use to get people intrigued in the story, and you know, it's fun. You know, it's fun when you're like, I can buy a product. You know, and I like it when they limit things sometimes, like when they have commander decks out in the sale and they're like, oh, limit like 1 or 2 commander decks per person. So maybe other people can get a case. I mean, I'm not a case, but they'll sell a case because a case is one of each deck. But like, buy 1 or 2 decks of 2 different decks, but they won't allow you to buy 2 decks sometimes because they're trying to get more people to get in the decks. Buy the decks because they know the more people that buy those decks, they'll come back and buy the singles to upgrade those decks. You know, so there's a lot of method and a lot of intelligence that I don't possess myself that goes into this thinking process. You know,
Right.
I'm just that guy who, like, you know, will try to get the money to buy like coffee mugs or something and give them out. You know. You know, but like, yes, Final Fantasy has been selling like crazy. I haven't heard anybody sold out yet. I know there's one person, one company or business, like a mom and pop shop, that sold out. And that's because their product was limited, like heavily limited. And there's been a couple situations I've heard of that's really been kind of like that. But I don't like Final Fantasy is a standard set. It's going to be reprinted again or put reprint and circulation again. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, we'll see. Like that's one of those things with the what the IP contract is all about. You know,
Right.
when it comes down to the Final Fantasy reprints, but those cards may be reprinted again with even other images. You know, I bet you with the way that the collaboration sets are going, that you're going to be seeing a lot of reprints, and we're going to be seeing a lot of complaints in the community regarding the reprints that are going to absolutely be needed in order to keep a fan base, also to keep a continuous market going, you know. And that's one thing a lot of people don't get about the reprints is you need the reprints for a continuous market.
Right. Well, also, I want to bring out a fact, and it's an opinionated fact. I've seen this, and it stands true as the more I see it. Magic the Gathering reprints and people complaining is like politics, right? If you're a leader in politics, you're going to have people complain if you do the right thing. You're going to have people complain if they do what they think is the wrong thing. You know, there's always going to be someone complaining about something. The thing is they look for the results of what their choice is, right? And if that choice does good, even if they had a lot of people complaining, they're going to do that choice again because they learned it does good. Oh, nice. Ryan, what's up? Says the guy on YouTube used the CT scanner to identify which foils rares in a Pokemon without opening a pack on chase cards. I can't see this stopping at Pokemon. What do you think? So
I think that's theft. Sorry.
Right. Here's a fact. Right. A long time ago, there used to be an app you could either purchase or get for free. I do not remember which. But like with Magic Set, it'd have like someone update the app. And you go through and it'll tell you to open pack 1, pack 2, whatever, certain packs of a booster box. And once you calculated like 5-6 boosters, it would be able to register and tell you 99% of the rares in that pack. It couldn't guarantee the extra cards that they throw in packs, but it could tell you the list. Now, the coast stepped in and stopped the app. Now, this doesn't mean people still don't have the app, because, like, when when some apps come in, they still function. You take it off the market.
Mhm.
Some apps that people use, they can get it off. I don't want to say the dark web, but from a site that's not as popular as like Google Play or something like that. There's always ways
Right.
around it. So, and then one consistent thing I hear about people doing this is distributors, like who's not distributors, the other word, the people who sell packs, like
Scalpers.
not scalpers,
Resellers.
scalpers,
Sellers.
what, not resellers, the people who like the words are a thing, everybody. They come from they're distributors who sell single packs who did this, right? So
Oh,
the fact I'm saying is you can't guarantee if they're doing it or not, and that's a very low key thing, because because like back in the day, these people who were doing this were opening up the good stuff and selling the crap stuff to make their money back, but they're not telling people, hey, this is picked clean from the good stuff. So now people ain't gonna buy a pack if they know they're not gonna get that $100 rare.
right.
So the opinionated factor is you don't know who's doing it, but it did exist, so it might still exist.
Yep. It's
Yep.
possible.
Yep. What's up, Cane Shaker? Cane Shaker. And box mapping is the correct term. Yep. Yep. That was a big thing, because I used to watch people do that. And I'm like, how do you get away with this? God.
I don't think they should have ever made that.
Yeah, it was optimized. No, not distributors. Some people worked for distributing companies, but people who got the boxes for cheap. I can't remember the correct things, because it used to be on YouTube, if you remember, Cane Shaker, if you watch these videos like I did. Because I remember this clearly, because like I always wonder how they could get away with it, like because how it works, how it worked is Wizards had a release of how the print sheets were created, and it would map the print sheets and how the packs were made, and it would figure that out with the algorithm of it all, and be able to tell you how it worked.
Interesting.
Right. And so, yeah, there's a lot of, there's like in any TCG, heck, probably even comics, right? There's always people who are going to try to just swindle you, somewhere. But there's a lot of people out there teaching you not to do it, telling you how to avoid it, how to stay away from sellers like that. They like when Jake and Joel were together, and when Jake and Joel were together, they did a couple of videos or a couple lives together where they taught you how to spot scammers on eBay and other websites like that. Some good things.
We had a couple people like that in the comic book industry that were like trying to tell people how to spot scammers, but then turned out, I'm not sure if you heard about this. I think it was like last year. They were telling people on YouTube how to spot scammers, how to get the best prices and whatnot. Then it turned out that they were scamming people themselves, and they're using their own resale industry in the comic books to scam their own people. And they were telling people, oh, well, don't do it like this, don't do it like this, don't do it like this. And it turns out they were just getting people to buy into their own scams. That's a scam on its own.
Yeah, Cane Shaker says I remember the box mapping very, very well. Hey, a friend of yours, G Bag, says I'm on Minecraft server.
Yeah, GI Bag just joined our Minecraft world last night. Our Minecraft server is picking up. I think we're nearing 18 people on the server.
I thought we were nearing 18 last time. I thought
we lost. We had lost somebody who didn't join the server, and their invitation expired.
Well, then they were never on the server in the first place.
Yeah, well,
but I certainly don't have 18 heads in my headroom. So that is, 18 different people's heads. So some people haven't quite got the the gist of how to properly acclimate to the server.
Yeah, typical cat lady behavior. I know how many people have joined the community because I've slain their heads off their bodies and hung them on a wall.
It's the rite of passage. If you want to become a true honorary member of the Procrasticraft server, then you have to admit your head gets chopped off and added to the room of the rest of all the true.
Wait. So in order, this sounds a bit cultish. You must join our server and die and be resurrected so I can have your head.
I think it's very British. Think about it historically. Just I mean, she's taken a little bit from the French and their history as well. I don't know, but
Look, I'm not a very good painter, all right. So instead of making a picture of everyone, I'm just chopping their heads off and putting their heads on the wall instead.
it's all right.
Like,
I've already.
get another one.
It's all right.
I
She'll
got
learn her
pulled
lesson.
up.
She'll learn her lesson. I've recruited already half the people in the server to help me with a particular troll that will happen on a Monday one day.
Right. So, but God, lobbing off heads. This is a hobby. It's a good thing this is a video game and not real life.
Yeah, we have to end every statement with "end Minecraft."
Yes, that's right. Spill the blood of optimization and tribute to the Hall of Heads. That's right. But anyways, back on track, right? So we actually hit a couple of hot topics today, box mapping and stuff like that. MSRP literally suggested and stuff like that. But Final Fantasy is selling well. There's no denying it. It's doing amazing, right? I can't wait till Hasbro shows the yearly or quarterly earning reports to kind of get an idea what's going on, because we got Spider-Man coming up this year. That's a set I'm more excited for. But the set I'm most excited for now that's coming up is Edge of Eternities. In Universe Magic go boinkers. And on top of that, one thing, I don't know if they're really doing this, so my hopes could be up for nothing. But the way Eldrazi's are explained is they live in the Eternities, and their physical forms on Earth is like their hand in a pond. So we might actually get to see what a real Eldrazi looks like in the Eternities. That's what I want to see. The Eternities. Ooh. Hillbilly hates everything I talk about, because if I talk about Eldrazi, he's been defeated by it. If I talk about Mill, he's lost a lot of good hands out of it. If I talk about discard, well, he just hates discard whoever it does.
Yeah, when it affects me, yes.
Right? It's like you go to a pillow fight and you hate everybody hitting you with a pillow, so you get a bigger pillow.
Yep. Exactly. But you want to talk about Final Fantasy? I played the early access Final for Wizards and played with the Final Fantasy cards.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of great cards. I mean, when they were first spoiling the cards, I said, 5 costs, 6 costs, 8 costs, 9 costs. It's kind of hard to. They're kind of unplayable with that cost.
Right.
However, they did include crystals and ramp within the set to enable you to play those cards, which brought my expectations down from being bad to actually being a great set.
Right. And people are liking the set. They said the pre-release is good. They're saying they like the flavor of the mechanics in the set, and old school Final Fantasy people are loving the artwork and the themes. Like, I still wish they would have done what I talked about, but they went the route they did, and it's doing successful. I wish they would have made more battle-based mechanics, because there's a lot of battling in the game, and battle optional cards that gave options for when you go to combat. They did make one. They did make one, though, so I can't be too disappointed.
But I can't. And Final Fantasy comes out on Arena tomorrow.
Ooh.
which can't wait for tomorrow to get here. Because since they got me hooked on this Final Fantasy ever since early access. And
Mhm.
it's great sets, and if you play arena, you get 3 free packs tomorrow when it releases.
Mm-hmm. See, Kane Checker says, does anyone think Spider-Man will do anywhere as well as Final Fantasy?
No.
Probably not, but at the same time, I think it will be a good contender for one of the best sets of the year.
See, if it was more of a whole Marvel universe set, then I think it would absolutely contend with Final Fantasy. But just Spider-Man alone, we're talking about one IP in Marvel as opposed to the Final Fantasy IP, which is a huge market for collectors, especially in the Final Fantasy market. Final Fantasy is a very, very, very cult-like game where Spider-Man himself is one IP in a world of regular people, sort of stuff.
Well,
dude, hello. Good morning, Goober.
good morning. But anyway, about Spider-Man and Final Fantasy comparison. All right, Spider-Man will be not as big as Final Fantasy, but I believe it will be close because there is a lot of Marvel fans out there.
Yeah.
That's going to just get teased because it's a Marvel product. It is Spider-Man.
The thing
And who comes with Spider-Man? Venom. A lot of Venom fans out there also. So I honestly think that Spider-Man will be not as big as Final Fantasy, but close.
It'll be big. It'll be big. There's you're comparing normie power. Normie power as opposed to cult power. Marvel Comics is a normie product. Final Fantasy is an occult product in a sense. It's very much, people are like not an occult, but a occult product where like everybody is like cultish about it, and the people who are in it are willing to spend a lot of money. Now, being in Marvel, particularly Spider-Man, he's just, the normies are going to be going after it, and normies are not going to be wanting to pay that kind of money. The normies are not going to be they're usually going to be buying it for their kids, and that's the point where it's going to contend. Right there is where this product is going to be purchased for the children more so than the Final Fantasy product, to be honest. So much, in fact, that I think that based off of the way I've been seeing Disney's marketing towards Spider-Man lately, and also Sony's marketing towards Spider-Man, and also the marketing that they're going with the new Spider-Man franchise that they're coming out with, I'd believe that it's Disney's going to be marketing directly towards the people with kids, and that's why any money is going to be put out with Spider-Man.
I'd like to throw my hat in the ring on this one, and I'm going to say the super success of Spider-Man will actually, on top of what KJ said, like adding to it, will depend on how well Marvel's doing at that time too. Like in Disney, Marvel, how well their IPs are doing, because if the hype is up for Spider-Man, like Brand New World's coming out, like, and that's if they keep the same movie title. If they show some stuff that really hype up the set and stuff, people get excited. That will influence the sales market on this, for those who know, because I don't know if I don't think so, but I don't know if Hasbro, WotC are working with Disney and Marvel, or if just Marvel. So we'll know more about that later when we get closer to it, because it might just be Marvel Studios, because they can make their own choices.
Right? They can to a certain. See, Marvel Studios can make their own choices to a certain degree, but Marvel is a Disney product, and right now the Disney Corporation has already said that everything that they own, all their IPs, while everybody thinks that Disney is going in hope that Disney is going to say Marvel is going to and Star Wars and all these other IPs that they have, they're hoping that they're going to go less W word, not the W word that I don't like, but the W word that society doesn't like lately. Let's just say Disney's doubling down on their wokeness. And we've already seen this with Fantastic Four coming out. There's been some leaks, and Pedro Pascal has said some things that has made fans worry. And when it comes down to the Marvel side, Disney has going to double down on all the marketing towards it. Once again, we're talking about a company. Marvel is owned by a company that makes its money on selling to children, particularly children's playthings, children's videos, children's gaming, children's everything. Now, I can guarantee you that the hopes that Marvel is going to do something appropriate is false hope. I can guarantee it. We're looking at a product that is going to be sold and marketed directly towards children.
I believe you there. There will be a lot of like children aspect targeting when it comes to like the design and everything for Spider-Man. But I also know that Wizard of the Coast does care about their adult collector base, so they're gonna put a focus on that somewhere too. Like they might do a secret lair. That's like here's the collector based product, and Spider-Man's like the more kid based, or they might they're going to throw some fancy stuff in the set where the adults are going to be like, I want this, Yep. So it's going to be, it's somewhere in the middle is going to be privy to who's going to buy the product. Because one thing is, if anything, like Spider-Man is like Final Fantasy and the prices of the product's not that great, like high, parents are not gonna buy expensive toys for their kids,
Exactly.
not like that, especially cardboard. At that price, you might as well buy them a new game, 2 new games for the Nintendo Switch too. But so I think there's gonna be a sweet spot, but we have to wait because there's not enough spoilers about Spider-Man yet to even know what the hype is gonna be like. Because that's what usually sells the set. I mean, well, look, Final Fantasy has a weird art, but Ristic Study in the set. People are going after that card. And MetaMonk, thank you for your comment. I love it. Yeah, Secret Layers might do the best thing, but you got to go. Have a good day. And Kane Checker says, if they don't put Paste Pot Pete in Spider-Man set, we right. That's right. We right. Hey, Bad Manners. Keep up the good work. SFT, great discussion. Thank you. You rock. You roll.
So Bad
Check out
Manners.
Bad Manners. That's right. But yeah, so like Spider-Man got me going. I'm not gonna lie. But like with Final Fantasy, I might be stuck on the singles train. I know Hillbilly's upset there's no commander decks, So there not being any commander decks makes me worry a little about Spider-Man, because either they didn't do it because they kind of skimmed on the set, or they didn't do it because they had to put too much focus on the set. The one thing that KJ mentioned, and KJ mentioned to me way before, is we don't know what the contracts are like, so we don't know what they have to follow suit.
Right.
I mean, but Spider-Man is going to be a standard set. You're going to at least have 250 cards in it, so there's going to be a lot of cards, and hopefully we get a lot of good villains. I mean, for all we know, we might get the Polka Dot Man. What if that's your thing? What if you get like alternate versions of Green Goblin and Hobgoblin? That could be a cool thing, stuff like that. We just got to see more spoilers for it. If it's like to know if it's going to sell more than Final Fantasy. But the thing is, the difference between Spider-Man and Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy storylines are set. Well, the games are set. The stories, I know there's different storylines for each game, so they're set. Spider-Man, the lore can change one end to the other depending on the new comic book, and even Marvel has done this where they changed lore in the MCU. So it's
the lore in the MCU for the cinematic universe is changed. They had no choice but to change the lore. When you don't own characters, you have no choice. Now, when it comes down to like things like things that could if you're talking lore, like this is the reason why Final Fantasy will work. Final Fantasy is going to be one of those one-off things that you probably won't see another collab with for a while. And also the Final Fantasy lore is very hard to mess with, especially with a world environment like Magic the Gathering. Now, it works hand in hand. The lores are very similar as it is. The game itself has very similar concepts. So Final Fantasy would work out a lot better in the long run, and you're gonna probably see more people wanting collaborations that are coming out like with Final Fantasy, as opposed to what I guarantee that you're gonna see people straight out complaining about whatever the Marvel's going to put out there with Wizards of the Coast. And Final Fantasy is a more fitting spot for Magic.
Right. It is. But I do want to throw my hat, I don't know, I'd say hat in the ring twice. Throw my hat in the ring, saying if they did this would be an amazing concept. And I think KJ actually might like the idea of this. I could be wrong. But getting people like Todd McFarlane and any living comic book artists involved in making a spotlight series for these comic book artists and making Magic cards, like full art Magic cards, not like the full art Magic cards you get that are not really Magic cards, but like a full art display picture like they do with the trading cards, and making those Magic cards and making a spotlight series, say spotlighting Todd McFarlane. I'm saying Todd McFarlane because he's the only artist I really know and care about. But there's a lot of great artists out there, and did because the iconic Todd McFarlane Spider-Man was just amazing.
You're talking Spider-Man 300. Yeah. So I'm, to get artists that historic Marvel artists to sit in on that, I really don't think that Marvel's going to be putting that kind of money out there. Todd McFarlane, he hasn't been back to Marvel in a long time, and he hasn't done anything with Marvel in a long time.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about a guy who stopped working for Marvel in the late 90s and went off to DC, went off to Image, and hasn't looked back. Yeah, he has not looked back at Marvel since, except for a couple of times. And let me tell you, those couple of times, a lot of money came out, and Todd McFarlane has a bad taste in his mouth for Marvel. He talks negatively about Marvel currently, and
I watched a couple things. Yes, there's a couple companies he's actually specific about.
Yeah, McFarlane has stated that as long as Disney's got his hands in there, he won't return to Marvel.
But either way, it doesn't have to be Todd McFarlane. He's just the only artist I like that from that era. And no,
but yes, I agree with you 100%. Though they should get some of the more iconic artists back in to do the cards, and not put in Wizards artists.
Right.
No offense against Wizards artists, but if you want a Marvel product that'll sell, go with iconic Marvel artists. I agree. You're right.
Right. Like if Jack Kirby was still alive, that'd be an awesome include. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Lulu. Hello, Lulu. Hi. Welcome to the show. But yeah.
Lulu.
So like, because like they're doing all this special art stuff with Final Fantasy, and they brought in some original artists from the Final Fantasy era to do cards like that. I could see do that. Like, what would be cool is if they ever implemented my idea that we've talked about before. You know how they have the art cards in the packs? If they made comic strips that if you collect enough packs, you can make a full little comic out of cards like they did at that one game. Yep. Yeah, I've heard Valaverse talk about it. I know KJ mentioned it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Can't remember the name of the card game, but it's like they had these cards that if you got all of them, you completed a story. And that'd be awesome if they did that with Spider-Man.
They have done that. They have done that in the past. Don't know why they can't do it now.
Yeah, well, they haven't done it on art cards.
So they haven't done it in a while. The last time I saw a comic book related card set that did something like that, it was a Fleer Ultra. It wasn't even a trading card game. It was just trading cards. Yeah. And when Fleer did it, they did it with I believe it was the Image Comics that they had a collaboration with at the time, and they were doing Wildstorm cards for the Wildstorm comics, the entire line that Image owned from there, because Wildstorm's an Image company which had multiple great characters that were really adult based in the long run, and they had put out a great set. Each little card was a panel. Then like Garbage Pail Kids back in the day, where on the back side of the cards, if you flip them over, you can actually make a large size poster size Garbage Pail Kid.
Right.
Also Donruss baseball cards back in the 80s, if you remembered that. They actually had puzzles on the backside of certain cards that you can actually make each individual baseball stadium. And this was a thought process that was really big in the late 90s, and you don't see it much anymore. I think it's because the card industry on all trading card aspects, from gaming to collecting cards, have gotten lazy.
Yeah, sometimes they have. Like it's funny. And I hope Magic never does this. But Valaverse has opened up some expensive baseball product or sports product. I shouldn't just say baseball. But you know how they get pieces of jerseys and stuff and cards and stuff? He's literally torn apart cards and found out some of the jerseys in those cards were not from that player. It's happened a couple times. He's found that out.
But see, and there's also been with those jersey cards, right? They found out that half of the time they weren't actual pieces of jersey. They just jersey material and of the same color. Now think about this. Those jersey cards, they guaranteed like one jersey card in every one of those packs, and those jersey cards, if you're guaranteeing that much, how many jerseys do you think a single ball player wears a year? How many? And if they're cutting out a half-inch square for everybody, and then they're popping one into a pack of baseball cards, right?
Right.
And there's no possible way. And then they did the math. They did everything else. There's no fact that it was game worn jersey that they cut up, and then it turns out that the MLB said, we're not going to be doing that to the game-worn jerseys. If anything, the game-worn jerseys will be donated to organizations and museums, and they're not going to be doing that. So it just turns out it's jersey material. And that turned out to be a big scam. That's why you don't see it as often. And when you do see it, it's on a much more rarer basis anymore.
Right. Oh, yeah, for sure. For reals. So Super, your guys' friend from Twitch, has stopped by and said the only trading cards I see that had puzzles was the 40th anniversary Transformer set. That's pretty cool. And
Panini, you just hit Super Fast's favorite topic.
Panini is notorious for getting jerseys off the rack and cutting them. Someone who has knowledge of that. Sweet.
Yeah, Panini. Yeah, those are just store brand jerseys, not regular. That's just the thing I was talking about. The Panini were taking store brand jerseys, those ones that you'd get from Walmart or whatever, surplus jerseys.
Kenny Checker says, "Don't get me started about sports cards from the 80s and early 90s. Oof. That's ridiculous." But yeah, I get you. Like the one cards I remember I loved the most, and then there were stupid cards that probably worth some money now, but not like crazy. But it was Denny's Grand Slam, Ultra Foil, probably cheaply made baseball cards. I miss those. Me and my brother got a couple of them from Denny's. We tried to sell them for a hot penny, and they were like cents on the dollar.
Wow.
Anyways, think about, right, like pennies on the dollars. Like I'm talking about literally pennies. We're about to cash in a couple pennies to get to
hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we game. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Woo! Sorry, everybody. I got to get off the show a little bit earlier today because the wife's going to work a little bit earlier today, and I got to make dinner, which is chili.
Go.
Delicious chili, by the way. But anyways, we got MTG Hillbilly, Hellwheeler, and kjcowboydan here, who are going to start, shilling themselves out. So we're going to start with the crazy cat lady who likes lobbing off heads and putting them on walls in Minecraft. We got Hellwheeler.
Hey, hey, hey. Well, as he said, tonight we are doing Krusty Craft. So if you're on the server and you haven't yet donated your head, then do find me tonight so I can chop it off and add it to the wall. Obviously, don't forget as well, every Friday I run Question Chaos, which is my wonderful talk show about lolcal TCG with the one and only amazing Super co-host, which I could not do the show without. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Otherwise, check my streams out every day from about 7 onwards.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. Her link's in the chat and in the description below. Go check her channel out. Hey, and check out Lolcal. Ooh. KJ, it's your turn to shill. What you got to say?
Hey, howdy, hey, boys and girls. So, well, Jesse already said all the important things, minus offering up your head. Well, including offering up your head. I mean, but the server, our Minecraft realm is growing fast, and so if you want to join and you're a streamer in our community, please contact me, and we'll get you on our world. If you're not a streamer and you want to join our Minecraft world, what you can do is when I hit 10 paid subs on Twitch, I will be doing a raffle, and pretty much we're going to do a spinner wheel. Everybody who at the end of the month that I get 10 subs will get put into the spinner wheel, and 2 lucky people will be chosen to join our Minecraft world. If you're not already a streamer in our community, that's one way to get onto our world. Otherwise, you can always watch on YouTube. Also, it is my birthday on July 2nd. We are having my birthday roast. We're still looking for people to roast me. We have 3 people and we need at least 6. So please, we got 3 people and Tortoise is doing a video. So please, we need at least 3 more people to join in on this. Make my birthday stitch in the side, and come with your puns and come with your insults, because I would like to have you guys lay off on me. That's right. So we still need at least 3 more people to join in for my birthday celebration. We're doing a roast. Contact Jesse or me, please. You don't have to be a streamer. You can be a guest. Send Jesse a 2-minute, or send me a 2-minute roast, and we will play it on the stream. And I will react to it during the stream, and then at the end of the stream, I will turn around and give my best little shot back in a humorous way. Please, I encourage you to join. I'm going to be sending a few people some messages later today who haven't responded yet to my please come to my birthday.
All right. And thinking about birthday wishes, KJ, you're awesome. And with that, we're going to roll over to the fanatic, the handsome, the charismatic, a little twerky, worky, going to play some arena tomorrow. Yeah, Billy.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm not going to play Arena till tomorrow. However, there is going to be a stream today. It's going to be Path of Exile. So you like Path of Exile? You want to see some Path of Exile gameplay? Come on by around 2 o'clock this afternoon to see some Path of Exile gameplay. It is the first one, though. I will admit it, because, got it free on stream, and playing it out, testing it out, having fun, doing it. Pretty fun game. And that's all I got planned for today. Now, tomorrow is when Final Fantasy comes out on Arena. And tomorrow afternoon is also community afternoon, where you can come and challenge me in a game of Arena. Mm-hmm. So you can come on by tomorrow afternoon and test some new cards out. Get off of Arena for Final Fantasy.
Woo-woo. Sounds awesome. And with that, Hold on. There we go. That's right. Hope you roll a crit today with a good day. Hope you roll 20, natural 20 in your life today, playing D&D, all that stuff, all that fun jazz. Today's Monday. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. For sure, I don't know if I'm going to go live or not. It's Monday. I might take the night off. I don't know. As long as you subscribe and hit that bell for notifications, you'll know and get notified when I do go live. So do that so you don't miss a moment. Plus, I want to mention I got a members only video coming out sometime this week, Thursday, Friday-ish. So check that out. And hey, be awesome, be amazing. I want to thank everybody for being here today. I want to thank you, Hellwheeler, KJ, and Hillbilly, and everybody in chat. You rock, you rule. Thank you. Thank you, members, for being a member of the channel. Thank you, subscribers, for subscribing to the channel and keep this going. And hit that subscribe button, all that fun jazz. And I'll remind you that you are loved out there. Someone's thinking about you. And if you can, why don't you say something nice? Brighten someone's day to someone, because he might be the change they need today. And with that, my friends, we're going to hit that sweet, sweet outro right here.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends have been the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe.
Oh,
Stayed longer because we're still live, everybody. I did that because I'm trying to do something really quick. But hey, if you stayed, I want to tell you, everybody, you guys are awesome. You're amazing. Thank you for being here, and thank you for making the channel what it is. KJ, Hellwheeler, everybody's been on the show. Everybody in chat. I want to remind you that you're amazing. Yeah, that's right. The M step sucks. But see, that's one of the reasons why I went past instep a little, because we got a couple minutes to kill really quick. any last thoughts people have? Like any last thoughts from the day?
Final Fantasy is a great set.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'd say about Final Fantasy. It is a great set. Costly, but great set to play.
Great set for sure. Sure, hold on. All right, and I'm going to hit this outro thing and see if it's the right one. Not the right one. I redid the outro, and I'm trying to get the outro here.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so, where did I save it? Oh, here we go. I put it in the wrong folder, yo. So give me a second. We'll play the right outro. You guys are awesome. You guys enjoy your coffee?
My coffee's good from, I suppose I hadn't even had a chance to make it yet.
What? I'm sorry I'm keeping you so long. You could be having your coffee. I meant to upload this, and I totally spaced it off this morning because I got caught up being busy making everything going on. Oh.
No.
But we got it. We got it. The intro is not completely different, but there's more people on the outro list I want to thank. Yeah. Cane Chicker's like, later, nerds. All right. Then we're processing. And don't be wrong. You guys rock, you guys roll. We're almost done here. I want to make sure I got the right one. So next, like tomorrow, when we play the outro, it'll be the right one. I gotta sneeze. Hold on a second. Bless me. And with that, let's get to this.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show.